Mike's Unleashed coming at you. You got your man Demarcus and Hawk here. Yo, Hawk, what's up? What's good?
Hey man, I'm living. How's everything going with
Everything's going good. Yo, Hawk, let's talk about our man. Let's
you? Which
talk
one?
about good old President Trump.
Yeah. So they it looked like they finally indicted him on what, 34 counts, 34
I,
felonies or something like that.
I think that was it. 34 counts. They finally got this man. So they
Yeah.
think, right? They
So
finally
they
got this man.
think.
They indicted him, right? So they're trying to say that's a step in the right process, right? They're trying to do something,
Yeah.
trying to convict him.
But let's be real,
But
right, Mega? But let's be real. He ain't gonna go. He'll never see a day behind bars,
not a
right?
single day.
What are we really trying to prove here? I mean,
I,
what's what do we really expect to happen? What do we want to happen? What are we trying to prove?
what are we really trying to do? What are we trying to do? Are we just trying to make it so that he cannot run for office again? Is that what this is really about? Or is there an underlying issue? I don't know what we know because no one looking at these charges and everything like that, we know that he's not spending a day in jail.
He
And
will
if
not.
they if they try and find him guilty of something, he gonna just go run to Biden and ask Biden to pardon him, right?
Right, like he'll never see a day in prison. Let's be real. Like you said, these charges he'll never see a day in prison, and it's all founded on what? This, I guess a big part of it because of the Stormy Daniels
Stormy Daniels. Yep.
money or something like that. He'll never see a
Right.
day behind bars. And how would you do it? Like he would sit behind bars, and what Secret Service has to go to jail with him because they have to protect him. It makes no. I mean, what is the point? And Mega, I just thought
What's
about
that?
something. And I'm pretty
Tell
sure
me.
I'm right on this. And if
Tell
I'm
me.
wrong, anyone, please correct me. That there's no law that says if you're convicted of a felony that you can't run for president. So he could still be
No,
convicted and
I
still
no,
run for president.
I believe that that is a law. I don't think
You
that
think so? I don't
I
know.
think listen. They may have to correct us in the comments and let us know, but I believe that there is a law that says that you cannot be or serve as a president if you are a felon. And I
I
believe that's what
don't
they're going
know.
after. I think we
Yeah,
have
if
to go
we're
and check our
wrong,
facts, but I believe if
right.
that may be the whole point of them going after them, right? But I believe if you have a criminal record like that, being a felon, that you cannot run for president. I want to say
I would
that's the
love to
whole
know
point.
that. All right, if anybody
And
out there, if anyone knows it, yeah, I mean, it knows the answer to that, educate us. Because, like I said, I haven't seen
please do.
anything. Mega saying there is something. I've never seen anything in the Constitution where it says you can't be a felon or anything
How
like that.
how many
So,
times have you read the Constitution? Come on, come on,
Honestly, I've
brother.
read it about 26 times. I just read it
26
last
times?
night. I sleep with it beside the bed, and I read it like the Bible, right?
You read it. You read that before you go to bed. Is that what you're telling me? You read
Before
the
I say my
Constitution. So
prayers,
you don't.
every night. Every night. Before I say my prayers, I pull out my Constitution. I have a hard copy of it, and I highlight things that are important in the Constitution, and I read it every night before I go to sleep.
So you don't recall reading that chapter though, when it was talking about
I
being
don't recall
criminal
it.
and everything like that for
I
the elected
don't
office for president.
recall the
Okay,
requirements. I think you
I,
have to be a national, a natural born
U.S.
citizen,
citizen, you have to be
and
a
an
certain
age in your
age,
40s, right? 40 something years old, right? And
potentially, yeah.
what is the other thing? I think that may
I
just be it.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said,
Yeah.
you making me try and pull for my Rolodex, and I don't have that. I don't
Okay.
sleep or read the Constitution every night
No,
like
you should. I do
yourself.
every night.
But
Every night.
but maybe I should. Maybe I should learn up on all these other
I can
laws that
send
have
you a
been
copy.
taken. Please do. Make sure it gets here overnight. I'm gonna need that. Please do. So I think that may be the whole issue with what's going on. That's what I believe. I believe that they're just trying to make it
Maybe.
so he can't run for office again. But like we said, we don't
That's it.
really see that anything's going to really happen from these charges. Not
Nothing will
one
happen.
bit. Not one bit.
Nothing will happen. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's nothing like our opinion. Nothing will happen from it. But hey, good luck
No.
with that. I think his name is Alvin Briggs or Biggs, the district attorney. Good luck with
Oh,
that.
yeah, good luck with him. I mean, I'm gonna say a prayer for that dude because I know he's under a lot of pressure to try and actually convict a former U.S. president. Good luck with
Good
that.
luck. Good luck.
Good luck with
And,
that.
and on another note, let's switch topics. What
Let's switch
about
it.
Demarcus Cousins going to play basketball in Puerto Rico? Like, what is that about? You telling me he has nothing left in the tank, man? Nothing? Nothing?
Okay. So we switching with just jumping straight into that.
We're going
Demarcus
right into
Cousins
it.
has been injured prone his entire career, right?
Mm,
So therefore, teams are not looking to hire a big man who you already are thinking is going to be injured in 2 to 3 games. Like, I mean, let's just be serious.
Okay.
He was a great athlete, but he just stayed injured. Remember when they signed Demarcus Cousins to Golden State and they had him and Steph and Clay and KD and they were going to be the super team
Yep.
as if
I remember
they
that.
weren't already. But what happened with Demarcus? Got injured, right?
He got injured. But are you saying he has nothing left? He can't put up 6 points for you and play defense?
I'm saying not in this league anymore, apparently.
Oh, that's interesting. So let's think about that. What is the center for Ja Morant's team? What is his name?
Steven Adams? Is that who you're referring
Aquaman?
to?
How many points is Aquaman averaging? Maybe 1 point a game? 2 points a game?
Aquaman ain't even playing right now. You know, Aquaman's hurt.
He's injured, right?
He's injured. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
He's injured.
Aquaman is injured. Aquaman only averages about 2 to 3 points a game, maybe 5 at most. Right?
Maybe at
He's
most.
just a body on the court. So you telling me Demarcus Cousins can't be a big body on the court, but Aquaman can?
Here's the thing. So you have to look and see how they're using Steven Adams compared to how teams would use Demarcus Cousins. Hey, listen, I'm just stating what the facts is and how the game is being played right now. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying,
look at how the Grizzlies plays. Because Demarcus Cousins ain't part of the Justice League. That's what it is. That's all.
I mean, he done pissed somebody off. Yeah. And obviously, they're not giving him a job or something like that.
They're not giving him a job.
I don't know, but they got rid of him. Dwight Howard. He was playing in China. What? And if I recall it, Dwight Howard put up like 80-something points in China. Why? Okay. Because the game is different. The game isn't just solely based around the 3-point shot.
I'm glad you said Dwight Howard. So is Dwight Howard not as good as Steven Adams?
Oh, I mean, this stage in his career. Look at where they are in their career. Dwight Howard he's a very seasoned vet right now. Come on. So
I see what you're doing.
I will say, what am I doing?
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You like DC Comics. You like Aquaman. That's what you're doing.
No, I never said that. I never said that. Aquaman is not one of my favorite comics. So
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
You ain't gonna hit me like that.
There is no way I think you can sit over there and say that Dwight Howard is not better than Steven Adams at this point in his career, even at this point.
I am saying the way that they would use Dwight Howard is different than the way that they would use Steven Adams. Steven Adams is on a team that they would use him as a big man on the boards. Dwight Howard is put on the right team. Dwight Howard is put on the right team. He could be utilized the same way. But here's my but. Most teams aren't playing with the big man no more.
They play small ball.
Select a few. They play small ball. So therefore, that's why Dwight Howard's in China. That's why now they're trying to send Demarcus Cousins to Puerto Rico. I didn't even know Puerto Rico had
pro league.
Like, I didn't even know that. No shade, Puerto Rico. I just didn't know, like, straight up.
Okay.
But they're gonna send him there. That's tough. That's tough. But what is he supposed to do, right? If the man still wants to play ball,
all right,
he got to go somewhere, right? And if the league isn't giving him an opportunity, he got to go somewhere in ball, right?
Okay, I get you. So again, I guess that's going to be what it's going to be. But I'm going to switch topics even more again. What about Cam Newton? You telling me there's no place in the NFL for Cam Newton? I think it's a conspiracy. I swear it's a conspiracy. I can't put my finger on it, but it's a definite conspiracy.
I can't put my finger on it either. And I'm going to have to agree with you on this one because I said this a little while ago. And Cam said it during this pro day with, I think it was his younger brother. You cannot tell me, and like you can't tell Cam, that there are 32 better quarterbacks than Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just have to look at the piss poor play of some of those quarterbacks that we watched in the NFL last year. They were horrible. You're telling me Cam Newton isn't as good as some of those? I think whatever happened to him in New England just tarnished his legacy, and no one else wants to step out there and take a shot with him. But I definitely believe that he has potential to still be a quarterback. Maybe not starting quarterback. And here's the thing. Maybe not starting, but has potential to work for a starting position in some teams.
So you telling me Baker Mayfield is a starter and he's not?
I don't know why Baker Mayfield is a starter. Like,
But he's a
they've
starter,
given
and
him
Baker
so
Mayfield
many
has given
opportunities.
consistent chances. Didn't he just sign with? Who did he just sign with now? A long-term contract with?
He's now with Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
This boy went from Cleveland to
Carolina.
the LA Rams. Was he with Atlanta?
Yeah, no, Carolina.
Carolina.
Cleveland to Carolina to the Rams.
Carolina, the Rams, and now to Tampa Bay. This guy, 4 opportunities, but Cam can't get a job.
And Cam was MVP of the league. Let's not forget.
MVP. I think it was what, 2015, 16, something like that.
54 touchdowns or something like that year.
Yeah.
54 touchdowns and 4,000 some yards. And Cam can't get, I mean, you telling me he has nothing left in the tank? I don't believe that.
Yo, listen, I don't know what it is about Cam that they don't like, but they clearly don't like something, and they're not even auditioning.
I think they don't like his outfit. I think they maybe don't like his hair.
Listen,
I'm not going to go as far as saying anything. I'm going to leave it right there. See, that's wrong, man. You can't judge a man by
I'm just saying,
nothing to do with his athletic ability.
You see what this man wears sometimes? I just don't understand what he thinks.
The outfit's terrible. The outfit's terrible.
Are just atrocious.
Are trash. Are trash. I mean, he's not the clean-cut looking QB they probably want on their team. No. But people will take chances on Deshaun Watson, who loves touching women, inappropriately. They'll take chances
not
on
D-Wop. No, we're not going to talk about D-Wop.
Why are we going to talk about it?
Man,
if a woman walks by him, she has a chance of getting her booty grabbed without permission. I mean, that's just who he is. He's that guy. He gets a quick feel anywhere he goes, but he gets a chance.
Only if he's getting a massage first. Hey, listen. Only if he's getting a massage first.
That's the key, the massage. Then
he got to get the massage first.
Get the massage first, and then he's good. Okay.
Then
hold up.
Free reign.
So okay, I got you. So wait a minute. Since we are on football, yes. Odell Beckham going to Baltimore.
And you wanted to pay him a bag of Skittles. Remember we had those conversations? You wanted to pay him a bag of Skittles. And he just signed a one-year deal with Baltimore for $15 million with $18 million with incentives. What is going on?
Yeah, that's insane. First of all, I don't know why anybody would sign Odell Beckham, and I think he hasn't played in like a year and a half now.
It's well over a season. Well over a season he hasn't played.
A full season he hasn't played.
Because he got injured in the Super Bowl.
That's right. So you're talking about a year and 3-4 months or something like that. He hasn't played. And you're going to give this guy that amount of money, right? And not only that, he's in his 30s. This is not a guy that's 22, 24, straight out of college, can rehabilitate, still run a 4.2. This is not that guy.
Nope.
This is not that same Odell what he was. He is no longer the Porsche. He's like he's like an old school caddy or old school Caprice right now. He is no longer that Porsche. So
once again, you ain't going to hit my man talking about he's an old school caddy. He may not be a Porsche, but we talk about it. He still looks good, right? So he's your Benz. He's your Benz.
No, he's not a Benz. He's a Caprice. Good. He's a Caprice Classic on big rims, on 24s. That's as far as I'm going with it. Caprice Classic.
You can't do that, man.
You can't hate on the Caprice because the Caprice is what it is. But the Caprice is not a Porsche or it's not that Mercedes anymore. It's a Caprice.
It is a Caprice, but that man still has talent, right?
Okay, he's a Chrysler 300.
He still can be a weapon. I don't understand why they signed him to that big of a contract for 1 year. Like that. Well, I just don't get it.
They paid him. He's a diva. He's always going to be a diva to me. I mean, he's a great, phenomenal athlete. He was a great, phenomenal athlete. He's a diva, right? Yeah. He's not going to come. He's not. If he puts up 1,000 yards, I'm going to be absolutely shocked. He's not going to be 1,000-yard receiver. He's not going to be your number one receiver. So
but who else do you have? So that just leads into the whole conversation of not just Odell. Think about it. He signed with Baltimore. Baltimore is in shambles right now. You're telling me that you can pay Baltimore, you can pay Odell Beckham $15 million, but you can't pay Lamar Jackson, who's your quarterback. You can't pay him the guaranteed money? Let's talk about that.
That's a good talking point. That's a good
Let's
talking
talk
point.
about that as a whole, right? So you're going to put a non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson for
Mm-hmm.
32 million, so you don't have to pay him top dollars, so that he can
Facts.
go negotiate with other teams, but no one's negotiating with him.
Well,
So
okay. They're doing him dirty. I agree. They are
dirty.
doing him dirty, but you got to look, right? Look at the injuries. He's very injury prone. So, I
Oh,
mean,
they
well,
always want to throw the injury out there,
look,
but
man, he has a high potential of getting injured. He's already been injured, right? A few times. I think last year he was injured, right?
right. But do you
So
know?
he's injury
As
prone.
I don't want to cut you off on your point, but do you know his injuries the last 2 years? They haven't come from him being a mobile quarterback. Those two injuries that have had the last 2 years come from when he was in the pocket. He
Well,
was in the
look,
pocket. So
I'm not a
don't use
physician.
that against him.
I'm
Come on,
not a
Hawk.
physician. I'm not.
Come on, Hawk.
I'm not a physician. I'm just
I'm,
saying he's
I'm, I'm
injury
saying
prone.
when the injuries happen, right? They want to say,
Okay.
well, he's gotten injured because he's immobile. Don't feed us that garbage. The
Hey,
man got
look.
injured inside of it. So don't feed
That's
me that,
maybe
right?
maybe that's true. I don't know. I don't know the exact extent of how his injuries occurred. I'm just saying
Okay,
he's been
okay.
injured, and I'm not a physician, so I don't know exactly what
Neither am I.
caused the injuries. I'm just saying his style of play could lead to injury. That's all.
So
That's what I'm saying. And
so
he
that's
is a
enough
run
to
first quarterback. He's a run
so
first quarterback.
he is I believe he's a, look and see if one person is open. If not, I'm running. That is
I'm
him. I
running.
don't think Lamar goes through all his progressions before he takes off. So I get that. But you're still telling me as an organization that you're going to lowball this man with the offer and then give the non-exclusive franchise tag
Well,
on this him, but pay a wide receiver who, once again, we know is a diva. You're going to pay him 15 million and you're only going to pay your quarterback 32 million. That's not the
look,
market value right
that
now.
is not the market value. But
So what's going on with that?
I will say that I know you very well. I know how passionate you are about signing these African American quarterbacks, and I'm with you. And
Listen, you're going to pay him. Pay him.
I blame you for Dak right now. I blame you for the Dak contract that had us in debt because you were so passionate, just like you're passionate about Lamar. And if you listen to this guy, D Mega, he's gonna get your team in debt because he's done it, and he is that dude that just doesn't look at the facts. I'm just gonna call it as it is. Now we can
You calling
continue
me out?
on. Now, what were
You
you
calling
saying?
me out on that? Listen. Hey, make it an even market. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Okay.
Let's pay the black quarterbacks like we play the white quarterbacks. Let's not always change the
Oh,
narratives when it
here we
comes
go.
time to pay the black quarterbacks. And that's what I see what happened, right?
What you're
They
saying? They're
did it.
moving the goalpost every time, huh?
They always moving the goalposts. They did it with Dak. They doing it with Lamar. You know who's up for next, right? He's been kind of quiet, so we don't know what's going to happen. But Jalen Hurts needs to get paid, right? Let's see what happens with
He
Jalen
does
Hurts.
not. He's
He
had
does need to
really
get
one
paid.
good year. He should not be paid. He's
He
had
should get
one
paid, man.
good
Come on,
year on a
pay this
stacked
man.
team that had a bunch of Dallas Cowboys players that they got. Let's be real about it. If he does it next year, I may consider, he may need to get paid. But until then, I don't think he should get paid. Neither should that little midget in Carolina. I mean, not in Carolina, in Arizona, whatever his name
He
is.
already got paid. He already got paid,
No,
and that's
did
the
they pay him?
problem.
Well,
Kyler
that's
Murray got
right.
paid
They
last
did
year.
pay him. He did
That's
get
the
paid
point.
last year.
That's the
And
point
that
with
was a mistake.
Lamar. That was a mistake.
That was a mistake. He should not have got paid last year because
He got paid.
he didn't put in enough work. And then
No,
they paid him and he shouldn't have got paid.
nope.
And you know who else shouldn't have got
100%
paid
agree.
that big contract? Deshaun Watson. He should
I
not have
mean, we
got
already
paid
know.
all that money.
And
He's another
Deshaun
one.
Watson is what screwed it over for Lamar Jackson because Lamar saw how stupid the Cleveland owner was by giving him
Yes.
$239 million guaranteed. And Lamar Jackson says, wait a minute, I was an MVP. I've
Yes, he
never been
was.
in the trouble with the law. So how come I can't get $239 million? So for that,
Facts.
I am riding with Lamar. He has viable stats to stand on. He has legs to stand on. But the Cleveland owner went out there and did that. That's one contract that I just say, nah, just rip that up. And it ain't, nah, I'm just not
I agree
doing
with you, but I'm just going to warn everybody out there. D-Meg is very passionate about this. He will lead you down the wrong path He did that with the
Listen,
Cowboys and Dak Prescott. I'm gonna
listen.
put that out there one more time.
Listen.
Listen to
I'm just
me.
calling it how
Listen
I
to
see
me.
it. I'm calling it how I see it.
He's very passionate about this.
Listen. I just call it. I just call a spade spade. That's just what it is.
Okay,
Spade's a
I
spade.
agree. They moved the goalposts.
They
I
move the
agree. They
goalposts all
move
the
it a
time,
lot of times. And
and that's
is he worth the money? Well, if everybody else got paid that money, why shouldn't he?
why shouldn't
I
he?
just think
That's
that
my goal.
they're overpaying. They're overpaying for a lot of these quarterbacks because that's the market
100%.
value. And I just think it's being overpaid.
I think they're
That's my
absolutely
opinion.
right. Absolutely right. The quarterback position is overpaid because right now you got Green Bay and the Jets, right?
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is scheduled to make almost $60 million.
How about
This is one player.
No,
One
he
player,
shouldn't get that
60
money.
million. That's what we say is there's a bad contract. But
the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna do nothing. It's not gonna make a difference. It's not gonna make a difference. I don't think it will.
I mean, that division is definitely tougher. So I don't see what's really going to happen. But I like A.A. Ron. I like A.A. Ron. But I don't know what he's going to really do for the Jets because, to be honest,
this is Jets, bro. It's the
always
Jets.
the Jets. It's always the Jets.
Jets.
Just in the season. That's what it is. Just in the season.
Brady could go to the Jets and it's still the Jets. I'm just gonna be honest. The Jets, the Jets are trash, and that's what it is.
They are.
But you know what? Let's switch the topic up a little bit. Let's go political.
Slide to the next one. Let's go. What are we going back on political now? Well,
I thought we left it alone. We didn't because I saw this guy that I just want to talk about. Clarence Thomas, Uncle Thomas, Clarence Thomas. Talk about that dude right there. So the word on the street is Clarence Thomas has been whining and dining and taking huge vacations with big Republican donors who have big pockets and deep pockets. And he said that he didn't see anything wrong with it and didn't feel like he needed to tell anybody or report anybody. Now, these people are donating millions and millions and millions of dollars to the Republican Party. Is there something wrong with that? What do you think?
Absolutely, there's something wrong with that. They're basically buying a judge.
Basically.
I mean, that's the bottom line of what it goes down to, right? You're basically buying a judge. And you're telling me that you are for sale by accepting going to these dinners, going on these trips, knowing who's paying for it. Like, you invest in this and, this is your stance on this. Oh, okay. Well, I like to go places too. So if they're going to send me somewhere that I like to go, then, I'm going to listen to what you have to say because you're going to be in my ear because we're going to be together, right?
You're my friend, right? You're my friend. You're on my private jet. You're on my island out there that I own. You're in my hotel, in Mumbai, like all these things. You're whining and dining with these donors who line the pockets of these politicians, and you are on the Supreme Court making decisions for the country. If that ain't a bitch,
so it is clearly showing that you are. You can be paid. You can be bought. That's exactly what it's saying. You can be bought. So as a Supreme Court justice, you're telling us right now, you can be bought. So now if they're doing it, this is just who we know about. And it's just always, God, I mean, Hawk, I gotta say, why is it always the brothers? Man, why do we got to be the one caught, right? We gotta be the ones doing that.
Come on, always guys that get caught messing up and doing something stupid. And it's what's so shameful about it is, like we said, you're the Supreme Court justice. You are sitting on the highest court. Highest court. And you telling me you two either arrogant or ignorant to know that you shouldn't be doing that, or you just don't give a damn and you just think you are above
the law.
Above the law because you were Supreme Court justice. And to that's a dang shame, bro. That's terrible.
What is the country coming to? Like, that's just it right there. If the Supreme Court justices can be bought, I mean, you might as well just sign up those fat, 1%ers that start writing checks because they're going to be the ones that makes the laws because you're getting in their pockets and you're telling them what you believe and what bills and everything that you won't push because you have their ear. You have their controlling interests, right? So
yeah, it makes you wonder why he decided on so many different his decisions were the way they were
now, right?
For abortions and everything else, right? It makes you wonder, right? Why did he make those decisions?
Yeah, were they on his own accord, or was he appeasing those who've been taking care of him for years, right?
For
Can't
years.
say his constituents, right? Because no, you were appointed to be a justice, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you need to just focus on the law, but you're clearly focusing on yourself.
You're focusing on yourself and those private jets around the country, those
Those night,
trips. Hey, I guess that's what it is, and that's where we're at in this country. Yo,
that
but
is
this is
clearly where
Mike's
we are.
exact. This is Mike's Unleashed, yo. We're gonna close this out on that. We want to say we appreciate y'all joining us as always. Subscribe, follow us because we can't grow without you.
Yep. Appreciate it. Mike's Unleashed. Turn our mics up. We out.
We out. Peace.
Peace.